I started playing congas when I was an undergraduate student at Virginia State University. My dad bought my first pair of white LPs, just like these. I carried these drums up and down the East Coast, from New Orleans and back. I'm blessed to be here today. In 2012, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and I'm happy to say that as of March 30th, I'm cancer-free, no signs of malignancy. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. We're all survivors. We've dealt with challenges, injustices, hardships. We're all perpetrators too. We're perpetrators in the places that we work, in the relationships that we have with people who are different from us, even in our personal relationships, especially in our personal relationships. I taught for 30 years in public schools, and one of the things that really bothered me the most was hearing my colleagues talk about those students couldn't learn, those students didn't want to learn, or their parents didn't even care about education. How many of you took chemistry? How many of you enjoyed it? A few out there. Well, in my classes, I used drumming and dance to teach chemistry. We used salsa to learn about ionic bonding and how electrons are shared. We used covalent bonding to learn about, we used capoeira to learn about how covalent bonds and electrons are shared. I organized teams, my students in teams according to their learning styles. But I look at the classroom as a microcosm of society. Where there are disparities in the classroom, I see my students as having come from situations where they've been traumatized by violence that they've witnessed or experienced. In 1998, there was a school shooting at Armstrong High School. That seemed like it was happening every day. There was a school shooting almost every month during the Columbine era. I felt like I had to do something about it. I felt like it was really important for me to try to do something about it. So I created an EduConcert, which is a ritual performance where students from different backgrounds and who have different skills come together and share their creative talents with the community. I organized my first EduConcert at John Marshall, where drummers, dancers, rappers, a string orchestra came together and performed to honor the victims of that school shooting at Armstrong, and also the perpetrator. Tragically, 10 years later, there was a school shooting, and actually there was a murder in the community. And there were two murders, a young black male, a white male. I personally knew the black male that got killed. And I could empathize instantly because my brother died from gun violence. Imagine having to tell your mother that her child was a victim of gun violence. I can remember that primal scream. But it happens every day. About 7 mothers have to cry out about their slain child. I was compelled to do something about it. So I went to Newtown, Connecticut, a couple of days after those 20 babies were massacred and those 6 brave adults were massacred. And I played this drum right here. I played this drum when my mother was transitioning I played this drum in Africa in a village that was recovering from the trauma of genocide. I played this drum with my guru in India, in his birthplace. The drum uplifts us. The drum connects us. The drum is a powerful force. It's a metaphor that I use for community, family. I wondered why the drum was banned. The drum and rhythm was born in Africa, the mother of rhythms. When we lose touch with our own natural rhythms, we lose touch with the ability to create healthy communities. Violence is a chronic symptom. It's a type of social arrhythmia where there's distrust, disconnection, and just being out of balance. So what can we do to come together? What can we do to unite? What can we do to challenge systems of oppression, to stand up against racism and bias? Drumming is a spiritual practice for me. I use the drum to unite people of all ages and all races. I invite you to close your eyes and envision a group of red blood cells, all pulsating at their own rates, all pulsating individually. Now see them starting to come together. And as they come together, they're starting to pulsate together. They're starting to pulsate at the same rate. Now imagine that they're all together, and they're all pulsating at the same rate. Now open your eyes. We can come together like those red blood cells. We can come together as one, like we clapped in the beginning. We can connect with the heartbeat of the drum. In his classic work, Paulo Freire says, the community must be uplifted by the victims of trauma, the oppressed, who must not become perpetrators, but who, through a process of self-healing, uplift the community. Thank you.